Hello Dr. Green, we are Group 3 and today we want to tell you about our case study, the Tim Hortons company. First, let's look at the outline. Our presentation has 5 parts. The first is strategic profile and analysis purpose. The second is the situation analysis. The third is SWOT analysis. Next is the strategy formulation. And finally is our strategy alternative implementation. My name is Dương and let me introduce to you about the first part. So about the strategic profile, Tim Hortons initially made itself a major player in the coffee market in Canada. They captured the major market share with 3,500 stores. For entry to the USA, they tie up with Wendy and contract with Goldstone Creamery so they can sell their product through the two companies. Next, Tim Hortons merged with Burger King in 2014, which has helped Tim Hortons enter the market where Burger King is already represented. And then the strategic now was linked to acquisition of Tim Hortons with 3G Capital, a Brazilian private equity firm that Burger King's majority owner. Next is our analysis purpose. So we want to see the trend of Tim Hortons strategies over 50 years, and we want to find out the good and the bad in Tim Hortons plan. And then lately we draw a recommend for them. That is the end of the first part. My friends will tell you the next part.
My name is Thai and today I'm going to talk about situational analysis of Tim Hortons. First, is about general environmental analysis in consumer trends from food perspective. The flavor of locally sourced ingredients have never changed. Children's meals required a focus on catering to healthy nutrition. The previous generation did not eat out frequently. If they did, they would visit a full-service restaurant. The busy lifestyle caused the younger generation's preferences on quick-service restaurants. In this second part, I'm going to talk about industry analysis. With over 900,000 locations, the restaurant industry in the US was projected to reach over $683 billion in 2014, up to 3.6% from 2013. While this would be the fifth consecutive year of growing, it was lower than expected. In Canada, revenues from food service were projected to be over $57 billion in 2014. An increase of 4.7% over 2013. The restaurant industry in North America was divided into two categories, full service and limited service. Full service includes family, casual and fine dining, where patrons would be seated on and food was ordered at the table. Customers paid after eating. The limited service restaurant sector differed from full-service dining. Customers went to a central counter where they ordered, paid before receiving their food, and either ate at the restaurant or had it to go. Restaurants such as Tim Hortons fell into quick-service segment in limited service category, often called fast food. Future forecasts predict that food service industry would grow at less than 1% for the next few years. In the third part, I will talk about competitor analysis. From the table, we can see that Tim Hortons rivalries have the advantage of stores opened in the US. Competitors' strategy. McDonald's was the major competitor of Tim Hortons. From a strategy perspective, McDonald's was focused on balancing core menu items with new product innovation and with a low price. However, the price of Tim Hortons products are still a bit lower. Starbucks focused on the variety of refreshments with over 30 blends and single origin coffee. The price of Starbucks products was much higher than others. Dunkin' Donuts also had various products to compete, but it had largely exited the Canadian market. Number 4. Internal analysis. Strength. Tim Hortons had a strong market share of Canada with over 3,500 stores, which is much higher than their rivals. Huge brand reputation and occupied first position on the list of emotional attachments were the advantages of Tim Hortons. Furthermore, Tim Hortons had financial stability. Weakness. It seemed that Tim Hortons had a strategy that did not support global expansion. In the next part of the presentation, my friend Phương will present a SWOT analysis of Tim Hortons.
Hello, I will present about the efficacy of Tim Hortons. Tim Hortons is a Canadian multinational fast-scale restaurant that is recognized for donuts and coffee. It is the largest quick-service restaurant in Canada. Tim Hortons have been trying to expand to United States for some time, and firstly, the efficacy of Tim Hortons, I will talk about strength. Tim Hortons have a strong market share around 27% in the Canadian fast food industries. It also huge brand reputation and copyrights first position on the list of emotional attachment as compared to McDonald's and Starbucks. In addition, they have financial stability. On the other hand, they also have make regular investment on their store. The second thing I will talk about the weakness of efficacy of Tim Hortons. Firstly, I see that they offer comparatively high product price. Second, they also have weak strategy that did not support global expansion. Finally, I think they also have inability to meet changing the trend. Thirdly, I will talk about opportunity. With opportunity, we can see that the growing demand for innovative product and service, and they also have customer inclination. Customer also inclination for healthy option. Thirdly, they have opportunity to present by developing economies. Finally, they just acquisition by Burger King. Four, I will talk about threats. Tim Hortons has high competition faced from the McDonald's and Starbucks. On the other hand, they also Instead, they also have many street such as unstable United States economic, which is directly effective customer buying powers. We can see that the customer also rapidly changing preferences, and finally they also have high pressure exerted by investors. It's all about escapability of Tim Hortons.
Hello, glad to see you, Dr. Reza. How are you today? I'm Duy Khánh Nguyễn, and I am going to talk about strategic formulation, and I will explain why I do that. But let me review some information from the case before I talk about my plan. First thing I want to talk about is the restaurant industry. This billion industry was divided into segments. Full service restaurant was favored by people about 35 years old. For young people, they prefer limited service restaurant because it's quick, it's cheap, and it's suitable for their tight schedule. In this segment, we have two more subsegments. Fast casual, which is a little bit expensive more than quick service restaurant. About consumer chain, nowadays people are consider their health as a top priority, so they want healthier food. They will cut down on fat and carbohydrate in their menu. For restaurant, they will choose unique cuisine restaurant and having nutrient meals for children. So Tim Hortons is a Canadian-based multinational fast food restaurant known for its coffee and donuts. It's also Canada's largest quick service restaurant chain, and the CEO is Mark Kyra. Tim Hortons was bought by 3G Capital in 2014. Same company holding Burger King brand, which is also very famous fast food restaurant chain. Well, Tim Hortons is an icon of Canada. Their best seller are donuts and coffee. They also have breakfast meal and home-style lunch served every day. Tim Hortons is huge in Canada. They have over 3,500 stores in only Canada and more than 859 stores in USA, about 300 in Europe, and plus more few in GCC. Special about their product, they are having fresh coffee only served within 30 minutes after brew. They serve half a total breakfast meal every day. Their market share is enormous. Their store is almost franchise. Only 0.5 is not, and if you want to have your own Tim Hortons store, you better have 500 grand. They are open 24 hours in a whole week. You can fly in, take away, or drive through, up to you. Tim Hortons have a large distribution network, 3 factories, 6 warehouses, and enough trucks to deliver 50 grand to 60 grand cartons of baked goods per week. Last thing, Tim Hortons competitors. First candidate is Dunkin' Donuts. Dunkin' Donuts and Tim Hortons is same as Apple and Google of the donuts world. Second is McDonald's. They are competing in specific meals of the day, and honestly, I don't think Tim Hortons will get a chance. But last but not least, Starbucks, the coffee king, another giant in this industry. So Tim Hortons comes up with their strategic plan from 2014 to 2018. Basically, they want to expand to new market, growing in new ways, adding more options in their menu, and redesign their restaurant in order to increase the number of orders. So in my opinion, I do not the plan will work. My advice is grabbed up in 3 main points, and I will explain it later. First, I think Tim Hortons need to improve the quality of the product. No, not necessary to changing the menu. Expand the market. The market is a good idea, but they might want to seek for completely new market. Last, redesign the store, but not to attract more customers, not to increase the transaction. So let me explain it in the details. Tim Hortons is doing good on coffee, donut, and other baked goods. I think adding more options in the menu will destroy the identity and reputation. They will focus on quality, make their product healthier, which is fit with consumer trends nowadays. Focus on between meals is a good idea. Healthy food will make them beat the McDonald's. So expand in new market is a great plan. But instead of developing in existing market like US or Europe, why don't they open in Asia, China, Japan, Korea, India? Huge market and huge potential. So last thing, I think making customers not linger in the store is a bad idea. They will have Starbucks who want people to stay in their store, make a bunch of profit. Creating a culture, a community, and gain loyalty from customer is the most important. So they might want to redesign the store to make people feel like they are at home. So, well, that is our plan for Tim Hortons. Next up, my friend will talk about how to implement the plan. So, thank you for listening.
Hello, Dr. Clint. Nice to meet you again. And this is our last part in our presentation. My name is Dương, and let me tell you about the Part 5 Strategic Alternative Implementation. So, first is our alternative option. Based on the previous part, the Part 4, we have 4 options here. The first option is make the product healthier. The second is expand the new market. The third option is make customer feel close and impressed. And the last option is the combination of the 3 options above. So first, because the first option, make the product healthier, is very hard to do in 1 year, so I think the Tim Hortons should make a timeline of changing product like this slide here. We will have a timeline of changing products from 2014 to 2018. By 2014, we still maintain our products, but the next year we start to add some whole grain cereals in the ingredients. Next, the 2016, we will creating a whole new line of products using 100% whole cereals to bake, and the next year we will cutting down sugar within the products, because sugar now is related to some cancers, so it is healthier if we can reduce the amount of sugar. And then by the year 2018, Tim Hortons product will have 100% non-GMO, and they had to add more vegetable in their products. The next option is expand the company to the east. So expand the new market to the east because the Europe and Asia will have many similarities than South America and Africa, such as they have cold weather and their food hobby is cake and hot drinks. But when they expand the market to there, they should study very carefully about the culture and the market in there. Europe may have some same culture as Canada and the US, while Asia known for very delicious traditional bake and cake. Maybe we should combine some traditional flavor in egg nation and donuts of Tim Hortons. For example, like mochi cake of Japanese, the shape should be like a donut, but we will fill some red bean paste and cream or chocolate and sprinkle on the top, so it can attract the Japanese eating them. Next is the trend designed to adapt new culture. So each country has a unique culture. Tim Hortons must use the culture to design and decorate their store, but keep the brand. It will make customers feel close and impressed. They have attention and they will coming back. Another idea is make a separate area only for people who working, so there is no noisy will make them focus on their work anymore. So about the fourth option is simple of the combination of the three options above. So we will not mention about that. And that is the end of our presentation. And thank you for listening to our presentation. Hope you have a good health and safe. Bye.